live session class. And last time we were just concentrating on the second last unit, that is the fifth unit, Harmony of Life. And last time we studied a short story by the Russian playwright Anton Pavlov Chekhov's Gooseberries. And I have uploaded the complete notes and textual activities of the critical appreciation of the poem. And live news report of the wreck of the Titanic, everything I have uploaded. And that video please capture and write down systematic notes. And this year, before Onam, you will be facing the public examination of +1 English. All the subject, I am talking about English. And the second segment of the fifth unit, or the second last unit, that is Harmony of Life. We are going to learn about yet another very beautiful and nature poem, To Sleep, written by William Wordsworth. So William Wordsworth is really a poet of nature. He worships nature poet. He explains the vivid details, the clear details of the nature around him. Nature is just like a God, and worshipping nature is the habit of William Wordsworth. And William Wordsworth, please try to understand, William Wordsworth belongs to the poetry school of romanticism. That is a very important one. He is a romantic poet. William Wordsworth, romantic poet. Romantic poet. Please, before going into the poem, To Sleep, written by William Wordsworth, he is really a romantic poet. And there are certain characteristic features of romantic poems. So what are the features or the characteristics of a romantic poem? Means characters are rustic characters. Rustic characters. The characters who come into the poem are rural village characters. Rural characters or village characters. That is the one of the features or characteristic of a romantic poems. Actually, William Wordsworth belonged to the romantic poetry or romantic school of poetry. Then language, characters, rustic language. So actually William Wordsworth used to write his poems in village languages. There is a particular village language is there. Actually he used, that is another characteristics of a romantic school of poetry. Then nature is worshipped. Nature worshipped. Nature worship. Nature is worshipped. That is another characteristics of a romantic school of poetry. So William Wordsworth like that. Theme is also nature. Theme also rustic village themes. So these are some of the major characteristics or features. Characteristics or features, specialities of romantic schools of poetry. So this is about William Wordsworth. I will go for. Please try to understand this poem to sleep. Why? Just attending with your textbook open, it will be 100% beneficial for you. So remember, the poem To Sleep is written by William Wordsworth, the nature poet. William Wordsworth is the nature poet, and William Wordsworth belongs to romantic school of poetry. And what are the features and specialities or characteristics of a romantic school of poetry is the romantic poets used rustic village characters and village language, rustic characters, rustic languages. Nature is worshipped, and the theme is also about the village or nature. These are the characteristics. These are the characteristics of all these things. So try to understand that this is a nature poem, belongs to the school of romanticism in poetry. That is all. Now, we will go for understand something about William Wordsworth, because when you go for attempting the critical appreciation of the poem, you must write something about the author, William Wordsworth. So if you have textbook here, look at there is about the author. So I am reading, listen very carefully. William Wordsworth, born in 1770 and died in 1850. William Wordsworth was born in, so you may expect the profile writing of William Wordsworth also. It can be a possible question in your final exam, your public examination. Remember, William Wordsworth was born in 1770 and was died or dead in 1850. A major English romantic poet, I have told you, romantic poet. He was a major, not a minor romantic poet, actually a major English romantic poet. And let us see what are the characteristics or what are the possessions of Wordsworth as a romantic poet. Wordsworth possessed a deep love for nature. I told you nature is very deep love. 100% staunch, S-T-A-U-N-C-H, staunch. Staunch means deep love for nature. Actually, that is why I told you he worshipped nature just like God. Since Christians goes to church worship God, Muslims go to mosque for worshipping their God Allah, and Hindus go to temple for worshipping their God. So actually, Wordsworth, the real God was the nature. He worshipped nature. Wordsworth possessed deep love for nature. And also, let us see theme. I was talking about the theme also, very important one, because if you wanted to write a very good critical appreciation of the poem, you must really understand these characteristics, then you will fetch so many marks. Okay, so the theme reflected in many nature. Nature is a theme. So actually, nature, that is the theme, universal theme, reflected or described or portrayed in many of his poems. That is why we call him a romantic poet. Because what is really the theme of William Wordsworth? Nature. Deep love for nature, his worship for nature. So actually the nature, the universal theme of William Wordsworth is reflected in numerous number of his poems. And William Wordsworth considered nature to be his friend. Of course, He considered nature to be his friend. Remember, to William Wordsworth, nature is a friend. Nature is a friend and a philosopher. Nature is a friend, a philosopher. Philosopher means thinking about valuable ideas, universal ideas. So, nature, according to William Wordsworth, is a friend of him. Not only a friend, but also a philosopher and a guide. Remember, these are the three indications of nature to William Wordsworth. So nature is first a friend to William Wordsworth, then a philosopher to William Wordsworth, finally a guide who is showing the way for the future. That is all. So friend, philosopher and guide. He became the poet laureate. That is a very wonderful, great honor of England. Being the poet laureate in the year 1843. 1843, he became the poet laureate of England and remained so like that, like the poet laureate until his death in 1850. That is a very important one. 1850. So this is about the author. Now we will go for another important thing of to see. Remember, to sleep is a sonnet. S-O-N-N-E-T. A sonnet. So remember, it is not an ordinary poem. To sleep is considered a sonnet. What is sonnet? Sonnet is a poem of 14 lines. Very important. With technical knowledge, you must try to understand. So we have come across so many poems so far in your textbook having 20 lines, 28 lines, 30 lines, 36 lines like that. Now, to sleep is not an ordinary poem. It's one of the genres or one of the different types of poems, but it is categorized or put it in a division or a genre of a sonnet. S-O-N-N-E-T. A sonnet is a poem of 14 lines. Children, you have a textbook, then count the lines of the poem. Take the poem and count, there are 14 lines there. First 8 lines and last 6 lines. So 8 plus 6 is equal to 14. 8 plus 6. So first 8 lines, the last 6 lines. 8 plus 6 is equal to 14 lines. So remember, a sonnet is a poem of 14 lines. Sonnet is a poem of 14 lines with a strict pattern of rhyme and rhythm. So these 40 lines are having a strict pattern, strict model, set pattern of rhymes and rhythms. So there are different forms of the sonnet. There are different, even sonnets have different forms, but they share the following thought structure. Let us see. They are share the following thought structure. What are the key idea? Key idea means the main idea. Key idea, main idea. And another one is development. Development of the sonnet. Then conclusion often with a twist. Conclusion often with a twist. With a twist. That is a very important thing. You see, even if sonnets are having different forms, they share the following thought structure. A poem should deal with a thought, a theme. It has a theme structure, thought structure is there. The first one is a key idea, main idea or the key idea. Second one is how this key idea or main idea is developed throughout the poem. Finally, the conclusion with a turning point, with a twist, with a change. Conclusion with a change. And remember, the first 8 lines are having a name octave, 8 octave, 8-2 octave. So the first 8-lined stanza, actually they are given in 3 stanzas. First 4, second 4. These first and second 4 is joined together as a 8-line stanza, and that 8-line stanza is called octave. And the final 6 lines is considered as a sestet. Sestet. 6 sestet. You see, there is a sound similarity. That is what we call it as onomatopoeia. So onomatopoeia, that we will come to know about in the poem. I will make you understand poetic devices, poetic techniques while poets write or compose poems. So try, there are 8-line stanza, then a 6-line stanza. So altogether a sonnet is a poem of 14 lines. The first 8 sound is there. That is called octave. 8-2, octave 2 is rhyming to. So first 8 lines is called octave, and the last 6 lines are called 6 sestet, 6 sestet. So there is a similarity between, there is a connection with a same sound. 6-line stanza sestet, sestet, tet, sestet, and 8-line stanza octave. Okay, that is what here a sonnet. Please try to understand. A sonnet is a poem of 14 lines with a strict pattern of rhyme and rhythm. So even if there are different forms of the sonnet, they share, these sonnets share the following thought structure. That is the key idea, the development of the key idea, and the conclusion often with the twist or change. And also remember that we are going for next images. Images. In the poetry, what are images? The poet uses several images in the poem, like the sound of rain, auditory sound, auditory. We can hear with our audio sound of rain, and the sight of fields. Sight means eyes, that is a visual images. So you see, there are so many images, several images used by William Wordsworth in the poem to sleep, like the sound of rain, auditory image, and sight of the fields, the vision, the sight of the fields. That is, what do we call it as really the visual images. An image is a picture. That is a very important. What is image? Image is a picture created with the poetic choice. It is actually poet's choice of words. Poet's choice of words. So the poet, while composing a poem, he chooses appropriate situational words in order to create a word picture. That is a very important word. Word picture. Word picture. Word picture. When we read a line, that picture will be seen in our mind. That is the technique of the poet to making images. Words that the reader can imagine or recreate, again create. Image can make the readers see visual images, feel tactile. Feel means tactile images. Feel. Tactile images, tactile images, tactile images, think, etc. So then there it is given, identify the images used by the poet in to sleep in the poem. So there are, when we read the poem, we will identify numerous images, both auditory and visual images that we are coming to know. Now, we are going to analyze the poetic devices. Let us see what are the poetic devices the poet uses. So very important, my dear students. Listen very carefully. I am going to describe, because these are very important for writing the critical appreciation of the poem. Poetic devices. Actually, poetic devices means the techniques used by the poet to while using or while writing a poem. Why he uses poetic techniques or devices? In order to make the poem very attractive, communicative, and to capture the attention of the readers. To capture the attention of the readers. That is why the poet uses various types of devices or techniques or skills used by the poet in order to make the poem appear very attractive and appealing to the readers, in order to grab the attention of the readers universally, worldwide attention and track. The first one is alliteration. In the poem we can find alliteration. Alliteration. Alliteration means the repetition of the same consonant sounds. You see, we have an alphabet in English, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like that. So there are A, E, I, O, U. There are A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowel sounds in English. Vowel sounds. Vowel sounds in English. All the other rest sounds are consonant sounds. Consonant sounds. B, C, D, all other except this. So repetition of the consonant sounds is the technique used by the poet in writing the poem is called alliteration. A-L-L-I-T-E-R-A-T. Alliteration. For example, from the poem you can see silence surged softly. Silence surged softly. Silence surged softly. What is repeated here? Yes, yes, yes. 3 S is repeated. S is a consonant sound. Silence surged softly. Silence surged soft. So that repetition of the same consonant, yes, s consonant sound repeated, that technique is called alliteration. Another example, the furrow followed free. The furrow followed free. The furrow followed free is another. Here the repeated consonant is a F, 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 f. That is really the repetition of the same consonants. And when you read the poem to sleep, there you will understand. So there you will understand the repetition of the same consonant sound. Okay. Blessed barrier between. That you can find in the poem. Blessed barrier between. B, b, b. Okay. Now, like that, so first one is alliteration value. Then assonance. We are going for another poetic device is assonance. You can take note of these also. Assonance. Assonance. Well, as alliteration is the repetition of the, if the alliteration is the repetition of the consonant sounds in the poem, assonance is the repetition of the vowel sounds. Repetition of the vowel sounds. I told you A, E, I, O, repetition of the vowel sounds. Vowel sounds. So vowel sounds A, E, I, O, U, I told. Okay. Example, let us see. A host of golden daffodils. A host of golden daffodils. Golden daffodils. A host of golden daffodils. You see here repeated vowel sound in E in words placed near each other, usually on the same. Actually, this is also William Words's Daffodils poem. It is a host of golden daffodils. You see O. I told you A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. O is a vowel sound. Host golden daffodils. O is repeated. So that is the technique of assonance, repetition of the same vowel sounds in the following words. Okay. Then, besides the lake, beneath the trees. Another example. Besides the lake and beneath the trees. Beneath the trees. This is also a very good line for the example of assonance. This is really a very good example of assonance. Assonance is the repetition of the same vowel sounds. So here what is the vowel sounds? We can see here E, E or A is repeated. That is actually an example of assonance. Now, consonants. We are going for another is consonants. Consonants. Let us see what is consonants. Consonants. So consonants is at another one. Repeated consonant sounds at the ending of the words. At the ending of the consonants is the repeated consonant sounds at the ending of the words placed near each other, usually on the same or adjacent lines. Example, if she loves me, this belief, I will die ere she shall grieve. You see here, repeated consonant sounds at the ending of the words, at the lines belief, grief, at the ending of the words placed near each other. Adjacent lines believe this, and all these things usually on the same or adjacent. Then we are going for onomato, 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 poia, onomatopoeia, onomatopoeia. What is onomatopoeia? Words that sound like their meanings. The sack fell into the river with a splash. So splash is the sound where water splashing. Our same sound, that is what we call it as the technique of ornamentapoeia. The books fell on the table with a loud thump sound, tumble. So that is resembling the voice, that is ornamentapoeia. Snakes hissing. So that is an example of ornamentapoeia. Then hyperbole. Let us see. Another poetic device is hyperbole. 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 Hyperbole is actually an exaggeration, an outrageous exaggeration used for effect. So my grandfather is as old as the hills. How can we as old as the hills? Age is compared to the hills. That is exaggeration, something which is exaggerated. For example, you said to one word, come here, come here, come here. 3 times you told. 4th time you are telling, come here with angry. How many 1,000 times I told you, come here. Just actually you told 4 times. This kind of technique used by the poet is called hyperbole. Hyperbole means exaggeration. Next one is metaphor. Metaphor. So metaphor is a direct comparison between two unlike things, two different things, stating that one is the other or does the action of the other. Her voice is music to his ears. Voice is music. Voice is different from music. Both are compared with that one. Both are compared. Her voice is music to his. That is so. Last one is simile. Simile. So simile and metaphor, there is a slight difference. Otherwise, metaphor and simile is a comparison. So simile is using as and like or as. He is like a lion of the jungle. He is like or as a lion of a cave. What it will be converted as metaphor? He is the lion, not as or lion. He is the lion of the jungle. That is a direct comparison of two unlike things using like or as. Oh, my love's like a red roses. Oh, my love is like a red and red, like a red. Oh, my love is a red and red rose, like a red and red rose. Okay, so these are exactly the poetic devices used in the poem, and these will be used in writing the, what do we call it, this, the critical appreciation of the poem. The critical appreciation of the poem, that is to sleep. Okay, so please try to know about these poetic devices like consonant and alliteration, assonance, ornamentapoeia. Like this, please try to make it. Everything is there, I explained. Now we will straight away go to the poem to sleep. To sleep. To sleep. So there is a thematic comparison. Okay, so the full unit, 5th unit, harmony of life. Harmony of life is having a thematic connection with the first Gooseberry, the short story by Anton Pavlovich Chekhov, and the poem To Sleep by William Wordsworth. So I am reading, read and enjoy. In Chekhov's Gooseberries, after visiting his brother Nikolai, we came to understand Ivan Ivanovich and Nikolai. So in Chekhov's Gooseberries, after visiting his brother Nikolai, Ivan Ivanovich head is hot with a rush of ideas. He has having a numerous combination of thoughts, and he cannot sleep that time. Why? Because his head had been hot with the rush of ideas. Have you ever lain awake? So think about it, to sleep. We all every day do this habit. By 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock at midnight, we go to sleep to our bedroom. Okay, so here, have you ever lain awake? Sometimes you think, my dear learners, so when you went to bed for sleep, you cannot sleep. You are thinking this and that and those things are these things, and you are just turning left and right, and sometimes standing up, going to the toilet and coming back again, drinking some water, again lying, not sleep coming, again turning, curling like this and there, laying awake, sleepless at night. Laying awake or sleepless, you remain without sleep at night. Describe your experience. Now let us see what Wordsworth has to say about sleep. Now, that is really the situation we are coming to know. Let us know what is William Wordsworth talking about sleep. What does William Wordsworth talk about sleep in his poem To Sleep? Okay, that is all. The first four lines I am just trying to say. So know about this one. That is forming octave. Octave is the first 8 lines. So in this octave we are taking the 4 lines. A flock of sheep that leisurely pass by. A flock of sheep that leisurely, without any consideration or botheration or without any kind of tension, leisurely pass by. A flock of sheep means a group of, a number of sheep is always described as a flock of sheep. Flock of sheep. Flock of sheep. A group of sheep that leisurely, in a very relaxed manner, resting position, resting mentality, very happily pass by. They move from one place to another, one after one. So one sheep after another sheep, a flock of sheep that leisurely pass by, moving from one place to another place. So here, flock of sheep actually is a collective, and that leisurely, very happily, without any tension, pass after one after another. That is a visual image. We can see that picture in our mind. We can sense that picture in our mind. The sound of rain. So you see, very beautiful description of the nature, because William Wordsworth is a romantic poet, describing and worshipping the nature. The sound of rain, there is a rain sound going on, and bees murmuring. Bees murmuring. The murmuring sound of the bees. So that is an example of buzzing of bees. We say here, buzzing of bees. This is ornamatopoeia, an example of ornamatopoeia, buzzing sound of bees. But the poet used here the bees murmuring. That means the buzzing, bees sound. That is an example. Bees, when it is coming, sound, bees. Okay, bees buzzing or murmuring. That is a very good example of ornamatopoeia, the poetic device. And the sound of rain is an auditory image. And the flock of sheep that leisurely pass by one after one is actually a very good example of visual images. Okay, bees murmuring. The fall of rivers. River falls from the top of the mountain. bees murmuring, auditory mind, the fall of rivers, falling of the rivers, winter and seas, smooth fields, white sheets of water, auditory images, and pure sky, no rainy clouds, pure azure blue sky, pure sky. So the first four lines of the octave 6-line stanza, that is the first feature of a sonnet, is really admiring the beauty of nature. Is really admiring the beauty of nature with the auditory as well as visual images, sound images and sight images, and describing the calm and serene beauty, the marvelous beauty of nature, since William Wordsworth is really a poet of nature. Now let us see the first four lines having the rhyme scheme. Rhyming words, you know. Rhyme scheme, let us see, I am writing the first four lines, last words. By, bees, by, bees, seas, by, bees, seas, and sky. You see here, these are the rhyming words. Bees, seas, by, and sky. These are the rhyming words. Rhyming pattern, let us see here. By, I sound. So first letter A. Bees, not I, yes sound. That is B. Seas, same sound. S, B, same sound is given. Yes, yes, same sound, B, P. The sky, I, by, I. Okay, so we are giving A. So what is the rhyme scheme of the first stanza? The rhyme scheme of the first stanza is A, B, B, A. A, B, B, A. Oh, that is the rhyme scheme of the first. So this is very important. Please try to understand very clearly. You are sure to get A plus. Okay. So rhyming words, bees and seas, by and sky. So we are representing the rhyme scheme with the alphabet A. Yes. Same. By, I, sky, I, A, and this another sound, we use another letter, B's, S, C's, S, B, B. Now we pass on to the second stanza, for last four lines of the octave. The last four lines of the octave. I have thought of all by turns. So I am thinking about all these ingredients of nature by turns, and still I lie. Even if I am thinking about the beauty of the nature, so listening to the auditory and visual images of the nature, I still lie. I don't get up from my bed. I still lie on bed, sleepless. I cannot sleep. The poet is telling, I have thought of all these things of the nature by turns, and I still lie on my couch or bed, sleepless, without sleeping. And soon the small birds' melodies, you see, the birds' sound is considered as the music or melodies. So, and soon the small birds' music or songs must hear. Yes, there is the music of the birds, first uttered from my orchard trees. Actually, these birds' music or melodies, I heard first from the poets on orchard. Orchard means fruit trees. And the first cuckoo's melancholy cry. Melancholy means a sad sound or sad music. Okay. So that is what it is mainly talking about. So here the poet is lying on his couch without having a sleeper, and he thought of all these visual and auditory images of the nature often while lying, and soon he heard the melodies of the birds first coming from his own orchard trees, and the first cuckoo's unpleasant, unhappy cry or music that he heard. So let us see the rhyming words and rhyming scheme. Rhyming words and rhyming scheme. Let us see here rhyming words and lie, last words, lie, then melodies. Please try to take a note of this one. It is will be lie, melodies, trees, and also cry. So first rhyme scheme, that means the first 4 lines of the octave we have considered rhyming words and rhyming scheme A, B, P, A. Now let us analyze the rhyme scheme and rhyming words of the last 4 lines of the octave. Lie, I, new sound we give again A letter. Melodies, another sound is, so B. Trees, same sound is, so giving B. Then cry, lie, I, A, same sound. So here also the rhyming words are lie and cry, same sound indicated with the A and A. Melodies and trees is having the same time indicated with another letter B, B. So A, B, B, A. This is the rhyming scheme of the last 4 lines of the octave. Octave means the first 8 lines. That is the structure of a sonnet of a 14-line poem. Okay, now we will pass on to a sestet. Sestet means 6 lines. As 6 lines sestet is divided into 3 line stanzas. 3 lines stanza. Sestet is divided into 3 lines stanza. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. That together make another structure. That means the last 6 lines sestet. That is the feature of a sonnet. Okay, 14-line poems. Let us see the meaning of it. Even thus last night. Even thus last night and 2 nights more. Last night and 2 more nights before the last night. For the last 3 days, I lay. The poet says that I lay on my couch, I lay on my bed, and could not win thee. I could not win you. I could not get you back. Who is thee? Thee here means sleep. Thee means sleep. I could not get to thee. Thee means you. It's Old English. Thee is a Old English. So in New English, the meaning is you, thee. I could not win thee. I cannot get to hold of you. And there is an exclamation word. Sleep. You sleep. By any stealth. By any stealth. By any stealth, so do not let me wear tonight away. Please, do come to me. Don't get away at least tonight. Today's night at least please come and bless me, and I can be slept at tonight. That is the request he is telling, or entreaty, a request to the sleeper, because for the last 3 nights he couldn't sleep. So even thus last night and 2 nights more, last night and 2 nights before the last night, I lay without getting you sleep, and please don't cheat me, try to come to me and come and pass on to me Let me wear, let me have you, let me embrace you, let me hug you, and you come tonight and make me or give me a sound sleep. So let us see the first three lines of the sestet, 6-line stanza. First three lines, rhyming words and rhyming scheme. Only 3 lines, that is why I last 4 lines rubbed off, because only 3 lines are there in a sestet which is divided into 3 line stanza. Lay, L-A-Y, and stealth, and also away. You see, by, that is eyes out. Let us see here. Lay, lay. A letter is added to that. Lay, A sound. Stealth, it another sound, we are giving another letter B. Away, A, again. So we are giving C, another, we use the A, B, then next sound is C. Stealth, not A, A is a new sound than another sounds we used is and by. Now stealth, B, another sound. Away, say, CDC. The first 3 lines of the sestet stanza, that is 6-line stanza, the first 3 lines having the rhyme scheme of CDC, CDC, lay, stealth, away, that is all. So here, in the first 3 lines of the sestet, the poet is trying to request to the sleep, oh sleep, please, for the last night and 2 more nights more, I could not sleep. I was laying only in the bed and could not get you. I could not win you. Win, fail. Okay. I could not win thee. Thee means sleep. By any stealth, by any means. So do not let me. Please don't let me wear tonight away. Please try to come upon me and you just fall upon my body and let me at least this night, tonight, sleep very sound, a sound sleep. Let me sleep sound. That is what the request of the poet to the sleep. And the last 3 lines of the sestet, the last 3 lines of the sestet, 6-line stanza, that is the another characteristic of a sonnet. I told you 14-line poems, sonnet. Without thee means without you, without thee. Thee, I told you, old English meaning you. Without thee, who is thee here? Sleeper. Thee is here, it's you means sleep. Actually, it is a conversational dialogue. A conversational dialogue. The poet is speaking to the sleep. Without thee, without the sleep, what is all the morning's worth? You see, sunrise, beauty of the horizon. Horizon is the meeting point of the sea with the sky. So what is all the morning's wealth? That is the wealth of the morning. Very important one. Wealth. Wealth means money, treasure, our accomplishments. Wealth means wealth of mornings. What is really of the mornings? Wealth of the mornings means here really the poet is talking about the beauty of the nature in the sunrise, especially the horizon. Horizon is actually the meeting place. Horizon is actually the meeting place of the sea with the sky, where we see the sunrise. That is why people go to, especially to Kanyakumari, to watch the sunrise and the sunset. Is very pleasure to the minds. So it is a great, excellent medicine to cure the mental disease of the humanity universally. Okay, because the most dreadful disease of this present century is depression. All the people universally all over the world are depressed because they are living in the modern cyber century with no time to rest and share time with the family members. They are racing against accumulating wealth and also earthly possessions, comforts and luxuries. People do not get time at least to sleep and rest. Their minds are completely tensed and bored with. So at this time, that is why so many people are visiting so many world famous tourist spots in order to make themselves be refreshed with the beauty of the nature, just like beaches and hill stations and also many other sports places. So that is why William Wordsworth is asking us, if I want to really enjoy the beauty of the nature, especially in the morning, the melodies, the music of the birds, and the snow dews beauty, just expressing the rainbow, 7 colors, and the sunrise and sunset, and the waterfalls. All these are very mind-soothing sights. The mind-soothing sights, and without the sleep we cannot. We need a complete rest, and the next morning with a fresh mind only we can enjoy the morning's wealth of beauty and excellent mornings we can enjoy. That is why for the last 3 nights, last night and 2 more before the last night, the poet could not sleep. He is just without sleep and rest, looking like a very what do we call it, as a mad man. He is telling, without sleep, how can I enjoy the beauty of the nature, especially in the morning, the sunrise and the horizon's splendor? How can I enjoy? That is what the poet is telling sleep. Without thee, without the sleep, what is the meaning of the morning's wealth? I cannot enjoy the beauty of the mornings. Come. Finally, he is telling, entreating, requesting sleep. Come, sleep. Blessed barrier between, very important one. You see here, my dear students, blessed barrier between. Blessed barrier between. It is an example of alliteration. Last time, before the beginning of starting the poem, I told you alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the same consonant sounds in the following words. Blessed barrier between. B is a consonant sound. So this is a very good example of alliteration. Sometimes you can expect this question in your public examination, giving this line: calm blessed barrier between day and night. Calm blessed barrier between day and day. So what is the poetic device used in this poem? So only you just write alliteration, 1 mark is given. You need not to explain that alliteration is the repetition of the same concept. If you write it well and good, and of course if there is a possibility of granting you 2 marks, surely you will get 2 marks. So blessed barrier between repetition of the same consonant B sound, that is a very good example of alliteration. So the poet is requesting sleep. Oh, sleep, come. Blessed barrier between day and day. So what is sleep? It is a barrier, a block between one day to another day. That is night. Night is the symbol of sleep. Actually, night time only all the people go to sleep. So sleep is the blessed barrier between day and day, between one day to another day. That is the night. Night time people go for sleeping. So here the poet is asking sleep, sleep, please come, you the blessed barrier. Actually, your presence is a blessing from God. Without sleep, we all will become mad people. Finally, we have to be admitted in a mental hospital, especially in Pujapura. Pujapura no Perurkana. So here you think about, you just test that. If you go without sleep at least 3 days, surely your conscience will be going. You will be just lagging here and there. You cannot think properly. You can listen to what your family members are talking. You cannot remember what are the responsibilities or duties you have to carry out in a day. So that is why the poet is calling it is a blessing. Sleep or night is a blessing, which is a block or separation between a day to another. Dear mother of, he is calling, it is a personification. Dear mother. You see here, who is the dear mother? Sleep is the dear mother. The poet is personifying sleep as a dear mother. It is an example of personification. Personification. You see here, it is a very good example of a personification. Dear mother. The poet is calling sleep as dear mother. Oh, my dear mother. Actually, she is the mother of fresh thoughts. If you sleep only the next morning, you can think fresh. Otherwise, your thoughts will be dull. You cannot think bright and joyous health. If a man who sleeps, of course, the prescribed time, he will be healthy and he will be joyous, means happy. He will be healthy and he will be happy. Healthy and happy. Healthy and happy. That is also a very good example of alliteration. You see here, sleep. This is a dear mother. The poet calls the sleep as dear mother. Oh mother. He is called sleep. We cannot make. Oh sleep, you come just like other man. No. Oh, sleep, you go. Sleep cannot go. Come sleep, come and drink and have your breakfast. Sleep cannot come and sit on the dining chair and eat its breakfast. So this is a concert. Sleep is just like a concert. Night is just like a concert. But he is giving the qualities of a human being. Mother. Sleep is a mother. Night is a mother. Actually, sleep is the mother of fresh thoughts. For example, when you go to bed at 10 o'clock and sleep refreshly at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning, you get up. Your mind will be very fresh. Your brain will be very fresh. You will be thinking fresh. Your thoughts will be very fresh. And you will be very healthy. You will feel, yes, my body is very fresh. I am very healthy. And I am very happy also. When you go to work by 10 o'clock or 9:30, 9:30, you feel very happy and healthy, man, because you had a sound sleep last night. Sound sleep means 100% calm and quiet sleep, not sound sleep. Sound means not hearing sound from environment or what audio system or anything else. Actually, sound sleep means 100% perfect sleep. Sound sleep here means 100% fresh sleep, good sleep, perfect sleep. That is sound sleep. So, dear mother of fresh thoughts, personification, and fresh thoughts and joyous. So with this we came to the end of the sonnet, the poem that is of a sonnet by William Wordsworth, comprising 40 lines. I read the whole 40 lines of this sonnet, To Sleep by William Wordsworth. Look into the textbook and listen to the words. A flock of sheep that leisurely pass by, one after one, the sound of rain and bees murmuring, the fall of rivers, winds, and seas, smooth fields, white sheets of water, and pure sky. I have thought of all by turns, and still I lie, sleepless, and soon the small bird's melodies must hear fast uttered from my orchard trees, and the first cuckoo's melancholy cry. I worried thus last night, and 2 nights more I lay, and could not win thee, sleep, by any stealth, so do not let me wear tonight away. Without thee, what is all the morning's world? A rhetorical expression of the lines. Calmless barrier between day and day, dear mother of fresh thoughts and joyous hell. So 40 lines of sonnet is coming to an end, my dear students. So here, the last 3 lines, rhyming words and the rhyming scheme, let us see. That is a very important one. Wealth, day, health. These are the 3 words at the end of the 3 lines of the sestet. The last 3 lines of the sestet, last 3 words. Wealth, we are using same C letter, wealth, because we started there C, D, C before first 3 lines of the sestet. Wealth, C, day, another A, D, health, ith, again C. The last 3 lines of rhyming words are wealth and health, day. There is no other word for that rhyming words. Then rhyming scheme is C, D, C. C, D, C. Okay. So first we have come to know about that one. What is that? A, B, B, A. C, D, C, C, D, C. A, B, B, A, B, B, A, C, D, C, C, D, C. These are the rhyming scheme of the 14 lines of the sonnet called To Sleep by William Wordsworth. Okay, that is all. Please try. I think that you will be just going really understood. Please try to watch the video. Tell your absent students of the class to watch the videos, because to sleep is very important. Surely there is a question in public examination from this point. Unless the critical appreciation or the poetic devices used and like this, you can expect a sure question in your public examination from this one. And also in the last public examination, there was a question asked for 4 marks. Suggest 4 ways. Suggest 4 ways. It was a sure question asked in one of the public examinations based on the poem To Sleep by William Wordsworth. Suggest 4 things or ways for a sound sleep. For a sound sleep. Sound sleep. So, when we went for the evaluation of a first year's examination paper, most of the students thought, what is the sound sleep? Sleep with making sound. They considered it. And they thought that call your friends and speak and sleep. One for sound sleep. Another is make in a full volume of your audio system and make it a sound and sleep. 2 ways. So it was asked for 4 marks. 4 things, one thing 1 mark, 4 things for a sound sleep. This is most of the children have written like this. So sound sleep means perfect without disturbance sleep. Perfect sleep. Perfect sleep without this disturbance. Without disturbance. Sound sleep means perfect sleep without disturbance. What are the 4 things for a sound sleeper? Have a exact time, dinner or supper, before 1 hour the sleep. Before an hour the sleep. Pray to God before going to sleep. Don't use electronic gadgets in the bedroom. Then you cannot have a sound sleep. Okay. Then have everyday regular exercise if you want to get a sound sleep. And go to bed at a regular time every day. Then you will get a sound sleep. So these are the things you can expect for a sound sleep. So this is all. Please, my dear students, read the question, understand the question for the cool of time, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Utilize that one. Coordinate your answers in your mind. Prepare very well. Wish you all the success. Tell your friends and be in touch with the ENC Edument. We will come again with all the textual activities and important notes. And coming Thursday, actually we may be going for evaluation of the papers. And most probably the class will be at evening. Okay, at evening by 6 o'clock or 7 p.m. 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. By that time, you can expect other classes. Even if these are not in the focus area, there will be sure questions. Make it easy. The questions from the poem To Sleep by William Wordsworth is easy to write and score full score. So wish you all the best. Thank you very much.